What's up, YouTube's AW Brawler here once again for the Nintelligent podcast, back with a bit of a controversial stance. What is it? Well, I have a claim that I can back up, and that claim is that 4Kids' best anime adaptation was not Pokemon at all. Play my music. Yep, whether you realize it or not, there was a much better, much closer to the original adaptation that 4Kids did than even Pokemon. So while you're thinking Ash Ketchum is their best, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Ichigo was. That's right, Tokyo Mew Mew. Because if you remember anything about Tokyo Mew Mew, and if you've seen the original and the Japanese one, this is the closest it's ever gotten to being exactly like the Japanese. Of course, they changed some names. Like for some reason, Ichigo's name was Zoe. Aoyama's name was Mark. One of the guys at the restaurant's name was Elliot. It's been a while since I've seen it. Like what, Elliot? I don't know where they come up with these names. So of course they did the whole Serena Campbell, Sailor Moon thing with the horrible names because I don't know. I guess it was taboo to have Japanese names on the kids show according to 4Kids, so they changed stuff. I mean, Ash Ketchum at least sounds cool, so I give them that. But whereas 4Kids has been known to censor unnecessary things and even blur out Luffy's mouth on a One Piece episode, they let this fly. They let that fly. 4Kids. Meanwhile, in Pokemon, they went and did this to a dang rice ball. I mean, clearly, they were a lot more lenient back then. And also, aside from that, again, just the localization in general, aside from the censorship that they did not do, they stayed as true to the script as they could. Yeah, they changed a little bit here and there because they felt like some things wouldn't make sense to us in America, like cultural festivals when Ichigo's Dead mentions it, they made him talk about a samurai show instead or something like that. Like, I understand little things like that, but as far as the core aspects that makes the show what it is, they kept everything true to its form. I mean, another example is one of my favorite clips. Is this one. I'll just show you the original first, followed immediately by the 4Kids dub, and you'll see what I mean.
あなたが裏口に回ることくらいお見通しですわ。ほら、さっさと行きますわよ。行くってどこに？もちろん奥村大附属中よ。いや、帰る。絶対帰る。どうしても？どうしても。それじゃあ仕方ないわね。やったー！でしたら首に縄をつけてでも連れて行くだけですわ。そりゃお化けは怖いですよ。だからといって本当に首に縄をつけないでよね。
I had a feeling you would try and sneak out the back entrance. Well, don't just stand there. Let's go.
Let's go? Go where?
Excalibur High.
Why?
To see the ghost, silly.
I'm going home, no matter what.
No matter what?
No matter what.
Well, then I guess I don't have a choice.
Ah!
No choice but to drag you around with a leash around your neck. Okay.
Have I mentioned that I'm totally scared of ghosts, as in scared, 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 scared. Absolute terror, fear, dread, horror.
See, that was pretty much spot on. Yeah, they changed a little bit of words at the end and had her saying, just repeating the word scared over and over because they had to match the mouth flap, and I guess they couldn't figure out what to say there. But that's pretty much spot on to what was going on in that scene. And they have this all throughout. And then on top of that, I know it's not really so much staying true to the original, but just the soundtrack is awesome. The voice acting is kind of spot on for most characters. Though I think her dad's voice doesn't fit him because he looks kind of young and like she has a younger dad, and his voice is your stereotypical older 4Kids dad voice, and it just doesn't fit him. But minus Ichigo's dad, everyone else has like voices that fit them. And then the soundtrack is pretty awesome with everyone remembers the Mew Mew Power song. And the song it plays when they transform. Now, the way they censor the transformations is pretty smooth too. Like they just cut out the parts that show the silhouette because they're like middle school or high school girls. So I guess they didn't want to do that thing like they're not gonna do like what Deke did with Sailor Moon when they just keep the silhouette in there because people will be like, oh no, there's naked girl. She's not naked if they got powers covering her, but they just didn't want to run that risk. So I get why they did that. But all things considered, there are stories upon stories upon stories of how Pokemon has been just censored left and right and changed by 4Kids. And as much as we love that show, 4Kids did a way, way, way better job with Mew Mew Power, or Tokyo Mew Mew as it's originally called. In fact, I would even argue that the Yu-Gi-Oh! Adaptation was better than what they did with Pokemon, but that's neither here or there. So, what do you think? Do you think Tokyo Mew Mew got a better 4Kids adaptation? Do you think Pokemon was better? Do you think I'm missing something somewhere? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is A.W. Brawler for the Nintelligent Podcast, and be you, be true, be human. And remember, fans, watashi wa nato ashite.